I'm Dr. Renee and I'm a clinical advisor for Testing for All. I'm going to show you today how to take the blood sample for the kit that you've ordered. So first things first, you will have received your kit in an envelope like this through the post. The first thing I want you to do when you get that kit and open it is to take out this leaflet. There's something really important that you need to do before we actually get to the nitty-gritty of taking some blood. On the first page of the blood collecting leaflet, there's something called Activate Your Test. This is really important. So before you do anything else, go to the Testing for All app, and the directions are here. Use the barcode which is on a label inside your envelope, and you will see that as we go through the sample taking technique. And using the code on that label, you need to register your test and activate it in the app for you. One thing that's really important is if you're with more than one person who might be taking this test, you can't use the same account to activate their test. So please, go to the app, make an account for yourself and activate your test. And anybody else around you who's doing a test, be that a family member or a colleague, must do the same. They must activate their test within their own account that they set up for them. Before you start, I recommend taking everything out of your envelope and putting it in a way that's organised enough for you that you won't need to keep going back and looking for things. So what I've done here is I've placed the instruction leaflet here in an easy to read fashion. Then we have the envelope that you're going to return the sample to Testing for All in. Then the lancets, which make the hole in your finger to get the blood. There are 3 just in case, but hopefully you'll only need 1. There's the bottle and its container, plasters for when you've finished, alcohol wipes to clean the finger, and then this little card where you will write your unique identifying number so that should you need to speak to Testing for All, you'll have that number to hand and be able to quote it. So once you've laid everything out like this, you're ready to start. So the next thing to do to make sure that you can collect the blood without the bottle falling over and spilling your precious cargo is to actually open this container, take the bottle out of the container and close it again and put it down there. Take the lid off of the bottle by just pulling it off, and then you'll find a little circle in the corner at the bottom here, and stand the bottle in there and put the lid aside. So now you have the bottle standing quite securely for when you're ready to drip your blood into it. So the next step is to actually wash your hands in warm water for at least 2 minutes. Your hands need to be clean, so washing them for 20 seconds in soap itself, as I'm doing now, is really important to make sure they're absolutely clean. Once you've been washing for at least 20 seconds, you need to keep your hand under running water, which is warm, but obviously not too hot, for at least 2 minutes. If you want to at this stage, you can actually submerge your hand in the warm water that's collecting in the sink, which is what I'm doing here. And I'm leaving my entire hand in the warm water for 2 minutes. You can either do it this way or keep it under the running water. The most important thing is that warm water is covering the entire hand for 2 minutes prior to taking the sample. So now you're ready to take your blood sample. What you need is the bottle in the case, assembled in the way we've just done it, a lancet and some others to hand should you need them, an alcohol wipe to cleanse your finger, a plaster and some spare tissue, and I've put the bottle lid just here. So having completely dried your hand, you're going to be using the side of your fingers, either side of the palps of your ring finger of your non-dominant hand. So you'll see when you look at your finger, there's this area in the centre which is high, and then you've got 2 bits either side, and you can see those bits. It's kind of like either side of a cushion, and that's where you're going to make the hole. To make it easier for you, I've actually drawn on this hand, which we won't be using. So you can see you're either going to go this side or this side of this raised area in the centre. But you're going to use your non-dominant hand, which for me is my left hand, and the ring finger. So take the alcohol wipe, clean the tip of that finger thoroughly, take the lancet and twist the end off. Position your hand, you may want to do it on a firm surface because it makes it easier. Place the lancet where you're going to make the hole and then just gently press into the skin and you'll hear a click. And that will make the hole, which is there. Take the clean tissue, wipe the end of the finger, and then you'll see the finger will start to bleed as mine is now. And then you just slowly drip that blood into your bottle, which is nicely secured in the case. You can massage down the hand and the blood should just come, which it is. And just keep massaging down the hand and dripping it into the bottle. You can use the edge of the bottle to just collect each drip. You can see it going in and massaging gently down the hand and the finger. Now the warmer your hand is before you do this, the easier it will be to collect the blood. But just continue massaging and collecting the blood. It seems like it will be quite a big thing, but it actually collects quite quickly. If at any point you think the blood's not flowing, take the tissue, just wipe the end of the hand like this, and that should stop the clot and the blood should start flowing again, as you can see it is here. And then just carry on dripping it into the bottle. Now you have to filter the 600 line, which is clearly marked on the bottle. You can use the bottle as I am to collect the drips if they run down the finger, or again you can use the tissue to just wipe the finger and get it going again. And that seems to work each time. And as you can see, it doesn't take long. I really have got quite a lot in there already. And you just keep going. Now if you think it stops and you really haven't got enough blood in there and you want to do another hole, just repeat the previous step where you put your hand in the warm water and make sure it's warm enough. And then try again, but this time use the dominant hand. So don't go back into the same finger because that will make the finger very sore. And you've already got a process going on in that finger, which might mean that it doesn't bleed as well from the other side. The next step is to put the cap on the bottle and seal it firmly. So the way to do this is hold the base of the bottle, take the cap, place it on the top of the bottle, and then with a finger on the top, press down hard so that you hear a clear click. Like that. Then once you've done that, take the bottle and invert it like this 5 to 10 times. When you've done that, your sample is ready to label and then send. Now you are ready to fill out the label, so all you need to do here is just write in your date of birth and then the time, so the hour, I think right now, let's say that's the hour, the minutes, the date and the month. Once you've done that, you're ready to actually apply it to the bottle. Now you can take the label off of the backing, put it face down like this, and lay the collection tube in the centre of the label on the sticky side. Fold the label around the bottle like this so that these two sides stick together around the label. You can clearly see this barcode, which is really important, and you can see the date that you took the sample and your date of birth. Now you're ready to put the bottle into this container that you've got. It might be a long one like this that could take 2 bottles, or it may be a shorter one, but the practice is exactly the same. you just wrap that barcode label around and then you place it inside here. The lid goes into the bigger part, the label is secure, and you close the container. Now you're ready to post your sample to Testing for All. So take the sample in its protective packaging and place it inside the envelope. What you also want to put into the envelope is the used lancet, but also any spares, because that saves you disposing of needles. We'll do that for you. So now you can seal the envelope. It's already got a label on it, and you can take it to a designated post box, and the instructions for this are in your kit. So, great news, we've done all the nasty bit. Your blood is in the bottle and ready to send back to us for your result. This is also very easy. I've shown you how to put it into the envelope and seal it with your information. If you go to the very last page of the blood sample collection kit, you'll find here detailed instructions on how to post your kit. Most post boxes now have been allocated for priority blood samples for COVID testing. You'll find the nearest one to you if you go to the Royal Mail website, and the address is on here and it will tell you exactly where to post your test. Don't go into the post office, even if the post box is outside, and hand it in over the counter. They won't take it. You put it into the post box and most of them will have an identifying label, but you can track yours down using your postcode at the Royal Mail website, and all of the instructions are on here. So, thanks for following this through. I hope it all went smoothly and we look forward to receiving your test.